In Episode 9, it's an escape room review on Wise Guys by Planet Escape Rooms. Another Wednesday is here, and you are tuned into the Mystery Ship Transmissions podcast. My name is Derek, aka Sugi, and I hope you guys had a great holiday this past weekend, whether you're celebrating Passover or Easter, whatever it was. I hope you had a fun and safe time, and hopefully you were able to take advantage of some of the awesome discounts that a lot of the companies had for the holidays, which is something that's very common. Definitely look for the holiday discounts when you can when booking escape rooms. But enough of that said, let's get right into what we're talking about today, and that is Wise Guys by Planet Escape Room. So let's get right into the story. The FBI has been working undercover for years to gather intel on the infamous Chicago mobsters. Now, you and your fellow agents have a chance to bring down the mob, but the key agent who has been leading the investigation is missing in action. You have just 1 hour to locate the evidence, or these wise guys walk free. The room holds up to 4 to 8 players, and you will have 1 hour to escape with unlimited clues. Planet Escape Room has not been open for very long. It's actually very local to my area over here, which is considered the Southern California South Bay. They are located in Lomita, right down the street from an area called Crossroads, which is a fairly decent-sized shopping mall. And so that right away will tell you there are lots of food stuff around the area. Parking is free, but I will tell you right now that it is a tad limited because it is located in a strip mall, and this strip mall has a few food places there that can get a little bit packed. So definitely be aware that parking is free, but parking might be a tad limited. So plan ahead or be patient, one or the other. Planet Escape Room do private bookings, so you won't have to worry about being booked with any strangers. Now, if you're ready to take on the mob, let's get right down to business, capiche? First off, the puzzles and difficulty. Planet Escape Room do have difficulty ratings on their room, which for Wise Guys has been given a medium difficulty. Now, the room itself has what I would say is a good mix of, putting it in the second generation category. It definitely has a good mix of both the physical actions, puzzles, and also a good mix of conventional locks here and there, which for the most part I would say makes sense to the time period. We're talking about mobsters and kind of turn of the century there, which is kind of cool. I think it definitely works. It definitely didn't feel like it was put out of place. Things that are very, very similar, the way they kind of lay things out. There might be a few things in there that you think, oh, maybe this is something that's a little bit technologically advanced, but it really isn't too crazy. But there are some things that have to be put in certain order that are a little bit testy, which is not a big deal. It's not a big thing. Overall, it's very, very clever, and they make good use of the space that they have. The puzzles themselves are pretty straightforward. They don't really feel like they're reaching out too far, and it actually gels very well with the story too. It's good. It works. It works very well, and the story moves very, very well with the difficulty. Now, for the decor itself, the decor is very simple. Definitely didn't go too overboard with this escape room. It's not to say that this room is underwhelming. It definitely has parts of that room that fit the story, which is very, very important. I'm telling you, there's been other escape rooms that I've done personally that really did not make sense. The decor itself just really did not gel. It was kind of lazy. And in this case, yeah, there's a lot of potential to kind of take it a step above. But for a first time escape room for this company, I think it works very well. And, to give them, benefit is that they are still so new. There is a lot of room for improvement. There's a lot of time. And at the same time, you have to realize that, yeah, the authenticity of it all, it's tough. Putting things into an escape room, you got to realize that things are going to be moved around, they're going to be banged into, they're going to be dropped. So sometimes putting really authentic feeling stuff in the room, like objects, can be it costs money. And that kind of stuff is something that owners have to consider. Though it may take away a little bit from the atmosphere, in the end of the day, it's just one part of the whole picture. But Decor works very well with the theme. Thing you walk into is a very, apartment, a small mini bar, stuff like that. Very simple, very cut, and it works with the story. Now for the payouts. The payouts in this room are pretty cool. There's a few memorable parts, and I would say that the ending has a little bit of a cinematic flair to it. And that's the kind of stuff that I appreciate when it comes to an escape room. It's not just figure out the last puzzle or open the door to the hallway in which you entered and then that's it, you win. This room has thought put into it, a little bit of creativity, and we have to give nods to that. The payouts are what are memorable about this escape room, and there's going to be a few of them. There's a few clever little... I'm sorry, I just watched the movie Ready Player One, so it's, Easter eggs has kind of been thrown around a lot because that movie's revolved around it. But they have little bits of authenticity when it comes to certain parts and really using elements of senses that I think are clever and that are fun. Definitely has a handful of payouts. Now, is it the most extravagant payouts that's ever been done? Definitely wouldn't say that, but there's definitely an attempt at it, and I think it's solid. I think they did a very good job. Cannot wait to see a little bit more of what they come up with later on down the road. So with that said, let's go ahead and wrap this review up. So Wise Guys by Planet Escape Room is a solid escape room that feels like a good mix of some of the traditional stuff that you would find. A very good, solid second generation escape room. Definitely has appropriate decor for what the story asks for, and there are a good few moments that are going to be memorable. Now, those memorable moments I think are really going to play out to a lot of the beginners out there. Not to say that I've said this before, but it's the escape room enthusiast or the experienced escape artist. They're gonna find themselves a little bit not as challenging. The puzzles are straightforward, nothing too complicated. This room feels like it's definitely geared a little bit more towards the younger audience, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's very good. I think if anything, that's a mold that has been getting more, that needs to be broken more than the opposite, where there's already enough escape rooms out there that are more geared towards adults. For example, ones like The Basement, I would not suggest anybody taking their kids to go do The Basement experience, or even a good amount of the rooms over at Escape Hotel. They're definitely more geared towards adults for some of their rooms, where we need more escape rooms out there to gear more towards families, more towards kids, because we want to, it's a different angle, and businesses need to do that. We need to have variety, and we also need to cater to the younger generation or the younger community that enjoy escape rooms. And that's the best part about escape rooms, is that there really isn't an age limit when it comes to escape rooms. Granted, like I said, in the beginning, actually geared more towards adults, but now companies are coming out with ones that families can do together because it's a great experience to do, fun game night, taking it to the next level. That's what we need. We need more of that. So Planet Escape Room, they're well on their way to make awesome escape rooms, and this is a great first room. They have a few more that are on their way. They're still in the process. When we went, or myself and my group, when we last went, they were still working on another room, which is called Control Alt Reality. They already have names for some of their other rooms that are coming up. They're going to have Zombie Wars, CSI Challenge Room, and Tomb Quest. Now, obviously, none of this stuff is, in cement, but these are things that they are showing on the website. It's a big space. That was another thing that this room really has going for it, is that they have a lot of space to work with and cannot wait to see what they end up making. If there's one big thing that, in the end of the day, that Planet Escape Room really nails, is the customer service and what their plans are. They were very, very friendly. We got to talk to the owners. It's owned by a couple. Very nice, very sweet. And they got to show us around a little bit, and they told us a little bit of what their plans are. And this may sound like it's a bit of a no-brainer, that doesn't every business think this way, but maybe not. They want to pioneer into things that are different, that other escape rooms are not offering. I don't want to go into what those things are. I'd much rather you go out, talk to them about it, have them explain it to you, hear it from them personally. They are offering some really, really cool things, especially for private parties, private bookings, corporate team building events. They're very geared towards doing different things, which is very, very cool, very progressive. Cannot wait to see what they end up coming with in the future. So that will wrap it up for the escape room review of Wise Guys by Planet Escape Room. Hope you guys enjoyed it. The next episode, we're actually going to be going over an article that I found, an article on the most overused themes in escape rooms. I think it was very, very cool, very, very interesting, and would love to share that article with you guys and hear what you guys think. So I would also like to hear from you guys about this escape room. Have you guys done it? If you have, tell us what you thought. If you haven't, are you excited? Are you down to take on the mob? Let us know. Go ahead, hashtag Mystery Ship. Go onto our YouTube channel, subscribe, get notifications, post these podcasts every Wednesday on YouTube. Also, put this podcast up on iTunes if you're listening on iTunes every Wednesday. New episodes. It's an escape room review one week, and then an article discussion or some kind of discussion the next week. Definitely have a lot of things that we're coming up to. Definitely want to get the cleaner videos out there for YouTube, as in our very presentable, polished versions. This is a very free flow podcast style. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Just doing this to kind of help the channel kind of get up on its feet and get people interested, kind of get a vibe for what we're going for and what we have to share. Really appreciate those who are listening and enjoying the content. So thank you for those who are listening. Thank you. So other than that, that'll just about do it. So thank you so much, everybody, for listening. And until next time from the Mystery Ship, challenge yourself, have fun, and escape well.